Hello, I am Bharani Kumar from BTech Chemical Engineering Final Year Department. For seminar topic, I have chosen consumer behavior. Who is a consumer? Any individual who purchases goods, services from market for his end use is called consumer. Consumer chooses and consumes the best available goods and services in the market. Consumer behavior is a branch which deals with the various stages a consumer goes through before purchasing a product or service for his end use. In simple words, what is consumer behavior? Consumer behavior is a study of what consumers buy, what consumers buy, when consumers buy, why consumers buy, where consumers buy, how often consumers buy it, how often consumers use it. Why consumer behavior is separate from marketing. We have to understand that marketing and consumer behavior, between these two there's a thin line, but these are different. Marketer now realize that consumers did not always act or react as their marketing theory suggests. The consumers rejected many of the mass marketed products, preferring differentiated products. Even in industrial markets where the products are homogeneous, buyers didn't exhibit a same preference. They preference have been diversified and less predictable purchase behavior. Why do an consumer buys an product or service? For their need, for their social status, for gifting purpose. Why do an individual does not buy a product or service? No requirement of the product, income, budget and financial constraints, taste. How consumer interest influences his behavior. Every consumer shows inclination towards a particular product or service. A consumer interest is a willingness of the consumers to purchase products and service as per their taste, need, and their money. Buying motive is a ultimate influence which provide the impulse to buy the product or take action, determine the choice in the purchase of goods and service. How decisions taken by consumers while buying. First, they would recognize their need recognition. After that, they have to do some information research about the product or service. After that, they have evaluate of the alternative choices available in the market, and the purchase decision they have to make finally. Afterwards, finally, last, post purchase behavior. What are the types of consumer? Consumer can be given in four types: ultimate consumer, buyer, customer, and institutional buyer. Who is the consumer? A consumer is the purchaser of goods and service for the immediate use or consumption. Who is buyer? A buyer is a person who purchases the goods either for the resale or for the use in production or for the use of somebody else. Who is customer? A customer is the one who purchases goods for his own use or the use of others, or he is a regular customer or a part of a particular product, or he is a regular customer of a particular shop which is providing the product. Who is the institutional buyer? Institutional buyers are nothing but the government organizations or privately held organizations. What are the factors affecting the consumer? Cultural factor, social factor, personal factor, psychological factor, economical factor. In the social factor, family, reference from the other people, influences, role and status of the product comes under this. Personal behavior depends upon the age, income, occupation, lifestyle, and personality type of the person. Psychological behavior comes from the motivation of the product, what it delivers, perception about the product or service, learning, and trust from the brand. Economical behavior, personal income, family income, expectations of the income, liquid assets, and government policy for the product or service. What are the characteristics of the consumer behavior? Consumer behavior comprises of both mental and physical activities of a consumer. Consumer behavior is a very complex and dynamic and changing day by day. Consumer behavior starts from buying and continues even after buying the product. Their feedback also. What are the needs for the consumer behavior in this market? To make the better strategies for increasing the profits of the companies, to take into consideration about the consumer health, hygiene, and fitness, to know about the buying decisions and how consumer make the consumption, their choices, their feedbacks, to make pricing policies and to avoid further market failures from the company point of view, to analyze the change in the consumer taste and preferences. Thank you.